Hey, what's up, guys? I just got out of my probation appointment, my check-in, and it went well. It went well. I had to tell them that I had gotten kicked out of like 3 different places or whatever, and the reasons why. She's gonna call up and check, so check to see why exactly I had gotten kicked out. But I've been talking to a lot of other TIs on the phone, and they are all going through the same thing. You know, I've been asking them certain questions like, if you live in an apartment building or you have a neighbor above you, one thing I've noticed and one thing they've noticed too is that they'll get up, go into the other room, and the neighbor will get up and follow them. It's like they shadow their movements. They do exactly what they do. But the thing is that they sit down for a couple minutes, and then the neighbor upstairs will sit down too, and they'll set down something kind of heavy. So if you guys, I'm going to ask you, if you guys ever have the same thing, you live in an apartment building, you're a TI, and you notice that these people, your neighbor will set something down that sounds kind of heavy. It's a little more noticeable if you have hardwood floors in your building, but that's one thing I noticed, that every time I would get up, go into the bedroom and watch that TV for fairly obvious reasons, you know, I'd get pissed off, like, fuck this shit. So I'd go into the other room, the neighbor would follow me, and then they would set something down, like clank, you know, something sounded like it between like 5 to 10 pounds, like a battery pack or some kind of handheld device or whatever the fuck they're using, you know. And one thing is, it's another thing I was talking about with them is like the technological aspect of it. Yeah, they're using technology to read your mind or whatever. I hate saying that out loud because it's like, oh, no, you're just crazy, you're paranoid. But the technological aspect of it, like reading your mind, and the psychic attacks, that where the cutoff between the technology and the psychic attacks are. And we started talking, and we kind of came up with a little theories that, one, the technology is probably being used to read your mind in real time, find out what you're going to do, where you're going to go. And then it's like the psychic attacks are used for foreseeing what you're going to do or something. It's very eldritch, it's very ethereal, it's very hard to talk about, because it's like you say somebody's reading your mind, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm just gonna write that off as fucking crazy. But you can't write this off as crazy. You have to consider all possibilities, and you have to consider that all possibilities could be true. It's hard work. And so yeah, if you're living in an apartment building, you're a TI, go into the other room, put on the TV or whatever, and listen to see if the neighbor above you sets down something heavy within maybe 5 minutes after you sitting down. Because if you haven't already noticed that, I'll probably get a lot of people confirming what I'm talking about in the comments box. But it's, and one guy was saying that when he goes into when he goes into a room and he feels like somebody's watching him, when he goes into a room, feels like he's being watched, he would notice that the lights get a little bit brighter. The overhead light would get a little bit brighter. And so if you're, I don't know, just watch out for that and let me know. I've never really thought to look out for that, but just, keep an eye out. And if you're a TI you're not sure if you're a TI, you're researching this to kind of figure out, well, how do I know if I'm being followed? How do I know if people are, watching me? What you gotta do is missing hubcaps. Cars with missing hubcaps, that is a fucking dead giveaway. It is a dead giveaway if I've ever seen one. Because a lot of times I would see the same car 2-3 times in the same day. Even living in a city kind of as big as San Jose, or even down here, where I don't know why I just said that. Whatever. It's not like there's any fucking escape from this shit. Yeah, I'm from San Jose, but whatever. A side note. Missing hubcaps in cars with big ass dents or just dirty. Like, look at the hubcaps too. Notice and see if they're dirty as shit, because when you're driving a lot, you're gonna accumulate a lot of dirt on your hubcaps. People, when they go to get their car washed, they never really wash the hubcaps on their cars. That's one of the ways that these bootleggers back during Prohibition were getting caught. But yeah, that's one of the ways that the cops would tell whether or not the car was driving long distances. They would catch these bootleggers, these alcohol smugglers, by looking at the hubcaps, seeing how dirty they are, because that's one thing that a lot of people overlook. Is, so keep an eye out for that. Missing hubcaps, big ass dents. Just, it's like they contract with tow yards or like salvage yards, and or something. It's like that's how they're getting all the cars that they use. And it's shit. It's the same guy that was telling me about the lights getting bright when in a room when you feel like you're being watched. He was saying something about he was at a stoplight and this car pulled up next to him, and he started hearing like what sounded like a taser, like an electric taser, and it's just like that snapping electrical sound. And I don't know if I've never heard that before, but if you are a TI and you've noticed this, it sounds pretty obscure, but keep an eye out for that. I don't know what it could mean. It was probably actually, in fact, a taser, and somebody was probably, excuse me by the way, and somebody was probably, issuing some kind of a subtle bullshit, chicken shit threat like these people like to do. These people are the biggest fucking pussies on the planet, and they try to put you down and make you feel like a coward. It's funny how they accuse you of doing the things that they themselves do. Anyway, something else was, I'm trying to set up some kind of like a podcast. I want to create like a fucking talk show about this. Something, so me and one other guy were talking about, starting up some kind of a podcast where we talk about this, and we have people who call up and give us their experience about it. So I really want to learn how to do that. Set it up and get a condenser microphone and all these kinds of things, but yeah, the judge wants me to come back in a few weeks. God damn it. Judge wants me to come back in a few weeks and see him, so I have that to look forward to if I don't get fucking remanded beforehand. But I'm just glad I didn't have to go to jail on Monday. And about that video where I called Jamil, I don't know if he is a perp. I don't know if he's a TI. If he is, he needs to. He's making us all look bad, and he needs to stop making those fucking videos. Like, sometimes he put out like 7, 8, 9 videos a day, and it's like, dude, nobody wants to listen to you whine about this girl next door. It's like, and just the fucking way he would talk about it was like, dude, you're obsessed with this girl, and like, you sound a lot like a fucking stalker, bro. But whatever, that's not for me to call. It's not for me to say whether or not he's a stalker or not, but he kind of gave himself away when I called him up. He said, does the lodge know about this? Are they cool with it? And I don't know, I hope he really stops making those videos, because it's cringeworthy. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video because it's been a couple days since I went to court, and the people who I haven't gotten in touch with, it's not because I'm being lazy, it's just because I haven't seen the messages in my message box, or it's an email that I've overlooked or something. But I will, if I haven't gotten in touch with you, get at me again, okay? I will try, and I will get in touch with you. I mean, I'm trying to, what I want to do is I want to get somebody on the phone, like speakerphone or Skype or something. Like, there was one guy who wanted to Skype, and I set it up. I just haven't paid for it yet, but I want to get somebody on the phone and do like an interview, because if more than one person is talking about this, I think it holds a little more weight, you know, it's more effective. Like, Covertly Drugged has the right idea when he's doing interviews over the phone, and he's getting people to confess former perps and whatnot, but I think more people should try and do that if they're making videos. And Trashy Fairy, she had a video where she was saying she sleeps in a Faraday cage, right? Like a homemade Faraday cage made out of aluminum HVAC material or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but if you're doing that, something that she does is she has salt water on. She puts salt water on towels, and it's just a theory, but I thought it was a really great idea that it kind of fools this equipment that these people are using, and it makes it think that it's interacting with the human body. So I don't know if you have a Faraday cage at home, you know, try that. But yeah, I don't really know all about the reflecting properties of aluminum and all these kinds of things, but I think I'll do a little research on that and then get back to you. But yeah, shit, that's pretty much all I got for right now. And then also, like, I've been going through this for so long that I stopped thinking or suspecting that they might be putting this equipment in like air vents and light fixtures. One of the guys I was talking to said that he walked into a room and somebody that he knew was fucking with the light fixture when he came in, and he kind of broke down like he wasn't doing anything. Like, oh no, I'm not doing anything. So keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna try and get one of those devices that kind of scans for signals, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, I just don't know which one is a good one. There's a lot of cheap ones out there, but like Garutula Joe is saying that he did in fact find a couple of wireless cameras and a couple of microphones in his house, in his family's house. So if you've been going through this for a long time, don't discount the possibility that they have cameras in your house. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm thankful for that I don't experience, and I don't really want to say them out loud, because it's like every time I do, it's like it in fact starts happening. But these people will break into your house and they will, you know, plant shit. I stopped thinking now. They're not gonna plant my cameras or microphones in my house. That's just be stupid if I fucking found these devices, you know what I mean? But ultimately, I think that's what they would want, for you to find them, because it's like, there's nothing you can do. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for right now. I'll get back at you guys with some more videos, probably either tomorrow or the day after, but thanks for watching, guys.